So I invite you to close your eyes. And it's nice to develop this attitude, a nice attitude of appreciation and looking forward, like a pleasant attitude towards this practice of sitting with our mind. In the beginning, we can notice everything, anything that's happening in the five senses. So there could be sounds, maybe the contact of our bum against the seat, could be the sensations, whatever is happening now, as a way to develop the sense of mindfulness and awareness. And the practice here is having this attitude of accepting and just being with whatever we're experiencing. Having a non-judgmental attitude. Another way is embracing and having a kindness towards whatever we're experiencing. Normally it's quite quiet when we meet Sunday morning, but we can hear kids in the background. And notice if your mind reacts to that. And don't do any reactions to the reaction. So in the sound, let there just be sound. We're developing a sense of awareness without that storytelling and that without that reaction, without that mental chatter around what we're experiencing. So just the sounds, and the sounds, it's just sounds. Maybe you just had lunch and you're feeling full. Whatever sensations or state your body's in, accept that as well. And remember, this is the easiest thing in the world. It's really putting your sense of self, the ego, whoever you think you are or job to do, you put yourself on a seat in the back room and you have nothing to do. It's like a true holiday, like sitting on the beach and watching the waves. You have no job to do, not even doing the meditation, because there's nothing to do. It's stopping all doing. Allowing the sense of self to rest. Perhaps you've been so busy and involved in processing sights, sounds, activities, or whatever. And now's the time for real peace and freedom. And the trick is to allow yourself to enjoy the subtlety of not doing, the subtlety of inner silence. There is a subtle sense of contentment and happiness. But when we're busy doing things, we miss out on all the depth and benefits this process of stopping allows for us to experience. And this practice is very gradual. It's giving your mind the opportunity to appreciate stillness, So because, for instance, my mind has been with kids all week because of school holidays, this opportunity of doing nothing, it leaps to it. It just delights, and it's like, ah. But perhaps if you're used to doing things, or if you haven't taken the time to appreciate this silence and inner stillness, you may need to gradually shift down the gears of that movement. Like a manual car, you go from driving on 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 to stop. And in the same way, what you can do is scan the attention through the body. That's like shifting down the gear. You're turning down a notch of that active mind, if it is active. So rather than thinking many thoughts or having many objects in your awareness, like sounds and body thoughts, now we're limiting it and tuning it down to just scanning attention through the body. That also allows your mindfulness to develop, and by relaxing the body, you can notice how it also relaxes the mind, and it gets quite delightful. So notice any sensations in your toes. You can feel the toes against the socks or the shoes. It's just noticing. So there's nothing to do really. It's just noticing. And going through the ball of the foot, under the arch. And slowly allowing your mind to enjoy. First you recognize, okay, you recognize another level of stillness, and you hang out with it, and then you enjoy it. So being aware of the ball of the foot under the arch, and then going awareness of the heels. Do you notice the heels in contact with your shoes or ground? And being aware of the ankles. Being aware of the calves, noticing the muscles in the calves, allowing them to relax. Being aware of the knees. Being aware of your thighs in contact with the seat. Remember, noticing any part of your mind that's trying to interfere or move, any movement of mind, recognize it as just habit. You don't identify with that movement. It's just like the wind or the clouds or the part of nature. The mind is moving because it has momentum, conditioned. I mean, that's just the nature of the mind when it thinks it has a job. But here, there's nothing to do. You're not needed. You're not needed to do the meditation, figure it out. There's nothing to do. It's giving up all doing. It's joy at last. There's nothing, I'm not needed. And that's a true holiday, freedom. Isn't that wonderful? You're not needed. You don't have to figure this out or do anything. You won't get a performance report. It's giving up all that. And recognizing what a relief that is. And we abide in that relief. Being aware of your lower back, going up the spine. Being aware of the shoulders. And allowing any tension in the shoulders to relax. Being aware of your arms. Your elbows, your forearm. Your wrists. Noticing your wrists. And the sensations in the hands are very different to the rest of the body. Notice your awareness of your thumbs, going through each finger, all with that background of abiding in this sense of contentment. And being aware of the jaw. And going up the cheeks, around the eyes and forehead. Just allowing all that activity in the brain to relax. All this is allowing things to settle, allowing, giving permission not to get involved. That's the only quote unquote effort. It's not an effort of doing, making things happen. It's the courage to leave things alone. And then you allow things. They settle all by themselves. It's just the nature of the mind. So many similes of the mind being like a body of water, a lake. And if you move the water, it gets all muddy. But if you take your hand out of the water, the mud, it settles all by itself. And then it gets more clear and you can see clearly. So this process of settling is just what happens when you have the courage to leave things alone. That's it. It's the nature of the mind to settle. And then it's just the nature that it just feels so gorgeous. This whole process feels good. You don't need to eat a piece of cake or watch something or do something in the five senses. It's leaving those five senses alone. And then this gives a far deeper sense of contentment. And this contentment deepens all by itself. The more we give up interest in these five senses in the world, give up interest in thinking about the past and future. Just give up interest in all this mental blah blah. And then this stillness settles deeper and it becomes joyful all by itself, and that even deepens all by itself into more profound states. And it's just gives us more clarity in the nature of the mind. So step by step, while we're scanning through the body, notice how a still and relaxed body kind of correlates with a relaxed and still mind. Appreciating this taste of freedom, ease. By all means, if you want to continue, if you need to continue scanning your attention up and down, by all means. But if the mind is still, you can notice the breathing. But there's no right or wrong. It's just wherever your mind's at, and whatever little method can support this path of stillness. Because I meditated this morning and I had a good sleep, my mind naturally just wants to be still. But if there's many thoughts, or if you'd had a busy day, and if your mind would benefit from continuing scanning up and down the body, then just notice what leads to more sense of ease and peace for your mind at this moment. And it'll be different at different moments. So if there's not many thoughts, you can notice the breathing. And only if it is comfortable, notice, are you breathing in or breathing out? Just knowing. Your body does this all by itself. So are you breathing in or breathing out? And be aware of knowing you're breathing in or knowing you're breathing out. And that's it. Having a sense of interest, value. If there's many thoughts, you can substitute the thoughts for a word. So you're aware of the breathing, but you can have an anchor in your mind, like breathing in peace, breathing out relax, or whatever word if you use one, such as breathing in peace, breathing out relax. Or you can count to 10, for instance, breathing in 1, breathing out 1, breathing in 2, breathing out 2, all the way to 10, and back to 1. And you're aware of however the breathing is experienced. Sometimes it gets quite delightful and joyful and subtle. However it's like, it's okay. Or if the mind is restless, it's okay. Don't add thinking to the thinking. Remember, the most important is leaving it alone, acceptance. It's not yours to control. Just leave it alone. Mind is part of nature. Just being aware of the breathing. And noticing any aspects of clarity, ease, joy, And you're inviting, allowing that to be as well. So it's not necessarily attention on the breathing, it's giving up control and interest in everything else. And how does the mind let go of interest? When it recognizes that letting go, this inner stillness, is more valuable. So we appreciate any sense of ease. Notice any quality and condition of mind of contentment. That taste of relief and freedom. And the mind lets go. Lets go because what it's holding on to is a burden, an affliction. It's just conditioned, not yours. And appreciate that relief of just being present. Noticing if the mind is selfing, if it's moving, and recognizing it doesn't have place for that here. And by recognizing, not now, it vanishes all by itself. All you have is awareness of breathing. And even the awareness of that becomes very subtle, but delightful. Just carry on. Noticing the condition and texture of the mind compared to how it was when you came. That sense of clarity, ease, and not being pushed and pulled by demands, things grabbing your attention. Notice what it's empty of. It's empty of the burden of activity, demands. And enjoy, appreciate the relief of nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just knowing you're breathing in, knowing you're breathing out. And bring up as an experiment an attitude of kindness, friendliness towards this moment. Because friendliness undermines the ego. There's nothing to fix when you accept this moment. And a friendliness towards whatever you're experiencing. It's like a surrender. You're waving that white flag. You're surrendering trying to make things happen or fix things or whatever. Not with a dry surrender, but with a caring, friendly embrace to this moment, to your mind, to yourself. You're this mind, body, however it is, whether it's sick, restless, or whatever, it's okay. You don't have to change anything, you're just accepting. And oh, what peace. When you can accept your mind, body, just the way it is for this period of sitting. Now bring awareness to the breathing and notice if this attitude of kindness, acceptance, friendliness makes it easier for the mind to be still and aware of the breathing with a sense of friendliness. Knowing you're breathing in, knowing you're breathing out. But not with the self doing it. Your body knows how to breathe. You're just watching. Just give up. So slowly coming close to the end, notice the texture of your mind and any aspects of stillness, ease, clarity, contentment. Noticing what's missing. It's that expression of you, of me, that selfing. Whenever the sense of me expresses itself through thinking, planning, putting in its 2 cents, remembering, talking, sure, it reinforces the ego, but at the expense of inner freedom. So all this is just having the courage to vanish. Through stillness and noticing you're not needed. In fact, it's much better when you allow that stillness to grow. And appreciate that inner taste of peace and freedom. Coming. And you appreciate this sense of ease. The mind will want to go back in the sense of it won't keep holding on to things as much. It'll have more courage to let go. Because that inner peace is valuable. If you want to take a few minutes every day to stop and meditate, maybe bring to mind when you want to do that. In the morning when you wake up, maybe you can just start the day in a few minutes. Or lunchtime, or whenever. But if you bring it to mind now, studies show you're more likely to make that part of a habit. Right. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Right. I made it a bit shorter today